Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to game number 2 here, 100 Thieves versus Excelerate. My name is Momo, and joined for this one, I'm going to be joined by Nameless. He's ran all the way from the analyst desk, which is about 6 feet away, and he's going to be casting this one with me.
It was a tough run. I'm out of breath.
But no, we've got a few things to obviously highlight here. You see that great outline in the back of Excelerate. A new player, of course, has been transferred in, obviously the substitute, which we will touch on as we get into this one. But Nameless, first things first, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. You get to analyze some Call of Duty, get to cast some Call of Duty. It's a great day.
Well, we've had Maven. We replaced Miles with Maven, a lot less hairy, but we brought back Nameless. We're going to get into this one very, very soon. However, 100 Thieves coming into this one, you were on the desk before. We were kind of discussing the match that was just gone, but coming into this one, is it a game which 100 Thieves, just should run away with? Is this one where it should be just a whitewash, or is that honeymoon period, something actually real?
I mean, I don't think 100 Thieves should just go into this one like we're just going to clean house and dominate, right? Like, Accelerate's had pretty good matches thus far, and, watching that game Accelerate had against Splice yesterday, they got absolutely destroyed.
Yeah.
But there was time for improvement. They were able to go back and scrim, able to watch some film. Accelerate can be a lot better today. It's just whether or not Robbie B can play at that faster pace and, fit into their system.
I think that's a key point, talking about the system and the way Fastballer was, how he could pull out something a little bit different, with Profizi on the team. We've already seen these kind of new strategies coming in for a team like this. And Robbie B, he was here at the PLQ. We saw his stats. We saw how much of an impact he can be. But again, it's not an easy game, to go up against 100 Thieves straight away. However, this is the map set in front of us. We're going to be starting off with Gridlock.
Yeah, I mean, Gridlock, Hardpoint, 100 Thieves are 2-0 on this map. Accelerate going to be 0-1, so that's obviously 100 Thieves' map pick. You got to think that, the respawns in this series, you got to look towards 100 Thieves, thinking that they should probably be able to take it. And then losing Fastball, a player who's hyper-aggressive and great on a map like Frequency Search and Destroy, you lost kind of one of your better players on it, so more of the pressure is going to be on Profizi to kind of be the first guy in there, trying to get those first bloods. So I'm worried if I'm an Accelerate fan right now. Okay.
And a question for yourself, who maybe has been in this position, or you've been, on a team who's recruiting you member. What's the feeling for Robbie like? He's jumping into a team with a lot of drama around it, where, he's looking to perform. If he doesn't perform, people are going to start asking questions. What's that like as a player?
I mean, well, for Robbie B, he did nothing wrong, right? Like, he just joined a team, getting an opportunity. He was their sub player. You just got to do your job. You got to do what the team wants you to do. You got to, filter out anything you see on Twitter, on Reddit, anything like that, and just do your job and do what your teammates want you to do.
We're looking to perform in game number 1 here, of course. Going to be Hardpoint, going to be that respawn as well. And now as we get into this one, 100 Thieves, obviously, they've had their ups and downs already in the Pro League, but it seems like they're getting a little bit of momentum. It seems like they're starting to click, starting to find their groove here. Obviously, Priester, not long ago, added to the roster, and so far, so good for these guys. As I think we're going to have a quick restart on map number 1, just get all these players ready.
Yeah, and Priester's he's been great, man. Like, he's been their best player. It's like, that's what you wanted him to do. And then even previously on the 100 Thieves roster, they also didn't know what specialists they wanted to run. They didn't have a player who was a good grapple slam player. And, you got a good Ruin now. He's amazing at it. He gets 2 or 3 pieces every time. And it was just like the perfect fit. Everybody gets to run the gun they want. And we just talked about a little bit on the desk. It's like, where was Slasher? Where was Octane? They were okay, but they weren't in superstar mode, and we're starting to see it. Like yesterday, Slasher in that Search and Destroy, he looked incredible. Octane throughout the series looked incredible, and I think it's just a testament to what this guy brings to the table.
Yeah, if you've got someone like Priester, opening lanes up for you with that submachine gun, it makes it a little bit easier, of course, for these guys. Now, I want to touch on Gridlock, especially, sometimes you will see, not necessarily Hardpoint, but, you'll see it on Control. 100 Thieves, you look at Octane and Slash, 2 players who can both run the ICR at the same time, and it's not necessarily something you'll see on Hardpoint. Do you see that as a big positive for a squad like this, to have that kind of, capability to kind of change and swap when they wish? Yeah,
I mean, you have a couple versatile players on this team, like even Priesta, he's ran pretty much every role. Slasher, running a Maddox now. So it's definitely something that's good. I think more so for Search and Destroy, because you can switch up your guns and, change your pushes, maybe have 2 ICRs at times. But, for Hardpoint, you probably aren't going to ever see 2 ICRs. But I think it was a struggle in the beginning because the pacing was off between the players. It's like, well, I actually have to bait more now. And that kind of went through Slasher's mind, and I think he's adjusted well.
Well, all the players are in, of course, jumping on board with none other than Robbie B himself and pushing forward into the hard point. The contest will go in. 2 players flanking around Showers, that being for Excelerate. And you see 100 Thieves trying to just contest, but also keep those spawns, the kill feed. Blue and red as it goes back and forth to start things off. Nothing major here and no real time gathered either.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday we saw this map in the beginning versus Envious, and 100 Thieves started it out really slow. They went down about 90 points. They were getting dominated on that first rotation, but they're able to gain control here for the time being. Octane in the back, that's going to be a crucial gunfight. He's going to lose that to Profizi. Any other kills right now, players should be spawning onto Profizi for this next hill.
Going to be a little bit of a nuisance. Going to be looking for that second kill. Thinks he didn't even see Priester there from behind, but 3 kills coming in at the same time. All good for 100 Thieves as they do get the last 5 scrap points here from the middle. But Beezy looking to make a big impact here at the back.
Yeah, it was a huge win. Beezy winning that gunfight in the back, but actually Kenny's going to spawn back there at the flowers. We're going to try to set up a little pinch here, but Excelerate, they're going to have to get these kills right now on this pinch to get control of this hill. These fights in the back have just been so important, and every time 100 Thieves just seem to come out on top.
Well, certainly on top right now, a 40-point lead with plenty of time to spare here. Kenny looking around, but on your screen is going to be Priester, who's dropping in and trying to find some kills, and he's got this kind of freedom, you know, to do this. All the players kind of spawn out, all the kills going in favor of 100 Thieves. It might not be quick kills, however, to do fall for both teams here. A Slasher remains on top here. The time still going to 100 Thieves this whole time, and it looks like finally Excelerate, they're going to give it up, rotate to Showers, and give those final 15 seconds to 100 Thieves.
And we just saw amazing discipline out of 100 Thieves, that entire hill, right? Like, on the rotation, there were 3 separate players who fought the back. The trades went down perfect, and then we saw Priesta push up that street to try to get some control and, you know, annoy the people that were pushing on Excelerate. But here comes a scuffle for this new hill. Kills are going to the side of Excelerate. Looks like they're going to get early control.
Unfortunately, that Priester doesn't take down the player by the tree. But however, he's going to be taken down himself, and 100 Thieves will be back in it, trying to go for another take here. Kenny running that Maddox. He's going to find one before he falls, but a couple of points back-to-back here for Excelerate. Something to build upon here.
Yeah, this is a hill you want to be pretty careful on, because after this hill, you know, it goes to a hill where you can kind of get 60 points on. So if you start to let players on this team build up streaks like we're watching Believe right now, it can get really scary because you're getting that unfavorable spawn, and they have streaks to work with as well. So you got to be careful if you're 100 Thieves to not overextend yourselves and throw away that lead that you worked so hard in the beginning to build up.
Believe does have that lightning strike, and we'll see when those streaks come. But Robbie already rotated around. Talking to Robbie right now, 1-6 here. Not the best of starts. Obviously, maybe, you know, getting a slow start isn't the best thing for him or his squad, but maybe time to heat on up. That's going to be number 2 here, as he's still in control of the hardpoint rotation. Coming in now as we do start to see 100 Thieves pushing around the back. The next couple of kills could be crucial.
Yeah, you got to win these gunfights, but it does look like they're going to have a player secure that back area, and the Excelerate guys are going to spawn out. But it did get a little bit scary there for 100 Thieves. They almost would have just lost spawns and control, and it would have been, you know, pretty much a tie game if they had a good setup. But 100 Thieves able to break on in, push through that flowers in the back. It's pretty much textbook play how you want to do it. And now they're going to have Excelerate on their heels.
Plenty of time still to go here. Big cluster there coming in from Slasher. Octane goes through as well, but Robbie from the top here, looking for a couple of players. Will be able to find Kenny, but Kenny finalizing that kill as M. Ruiz getting in and out of that. But with 20 seconds left, it looks like 100 Thieves will get those last remaining 20 seconds here, as Priester already set up at the next hardpoint.
Yeah, and that's going to be some big time as well, because we do know Believe has that lightning strike, which, you know, can come into play here on this very next hill, which pretty much can gain full control. But going into this middle hill, Priester going to be in the front lines, trying to get that first kill. There goes the grapple, lightning strike inbound. That's 3 kills on the side of Excelerate. Perfectly executed. Yeah,
lightning strike doesn't pick them up, but it pretty much floods them out. So, again, good utilization of that. You saw Priester trying to utilize the grapple gun to get out of there, should I say. But 70 points now for Excelerate. They're starting to creep upon to 100 Thieves, but the kills go all in favor of Excelerate here, as Slasher the only one to find a kill. And if Excelerate keep this up, they already have the spawns for the next one as well, so rotation is key.
Yeah, here goes 2 players on 100 Thieves. I want you guys to check your mini-map. That's number 7 and 8. That's going to be Priesta and Kenny. First blood going to go to the side of M. Ruiz. He has another player to deal with. This is a huge kill for spawns. Is going to get taken out by Kenny, and now that's going to open up a free lane to get control of these spawns. It's pretty much going to be a 3-on-3 battle here. Players on Excelerate know that this is happening, so they're trying to send people on the pinch. But little do they know is Priesta is going to be there ready for them as well.
Look how many specialists are so close here. Profizi, Believe, M. Ruiz, Robbie. And on the other side as well, you know, Kenny's not far away. Slasher with the War Machine, soon to be able to pop that one. Couple of kills either way, and we may see them come into play. But pushing from the back here, it's going to be Excelerate. The TAC 5 boost is in, and Profizi is going to take down Slasher. Maybe this is where we see the pinch.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw Excelerate try to execute that pinch. It didn't work on the very first push because Enable and Priest had picked up on it. But on the second push, it does work. If they're able to get the rest of this time, they can tie it up. But that was some well-played Call of Duty right there out of Excelerate. Hitting that pinch twice, not just, you know, losing composure and hitting the back over and over. They decided to go for that pinch again, and it works, and it pays off.
Play style here for Excelerate. They take the time, but with 20 seconds left here, they could be rewarded with potential lead change coming into Showers as well. The quick stim shot for Profizi will find him back up, alive and kicking, looking for that second kill. As they're sliding back and forward, two players. One being Kenny, of course, finding that kill. And as we rotate round to Showers, 100 Thieves do have a little bit of an advantage in positioning here.
And Robbie B's picked it up immensely. I mean, I remember we were looking at him, he was 1-6. Now he's 9-9 with a lightning strike to his name. So not only do they have that to work with, Profizi also has his grab slam sitting at 17-10. So he's been going absolutely off for this team. And here comes an all-out pinch on the side of Excelerate. That's 2 kills to their name. Grab slam comes in, that's 3. And the rest of the streaks are going to be picked up as well by Robbie B.
Oh my goodness. Rest of the streaks picked up. He was on a 6-kill streak there. I think he leveled it out at 8 as he finally does go down. He has a lightning strike, which he's already used. Hellstorm available. And again, we know how open it can be, but with 25 seconds here, Excelerate, they're looking to take the lead at Showers.
And they're playing this perfectly, right? They break on in through that pinch using their streaks. They pick up the rest of their streaks as well. Keep that in mind. And they start to actively push towards that next hill, and they spawn players out. It was Slasher who actually died first, spawns in the back. M. Ruiz he gives up the pinch, runs away to the new hill, and now all the players on 100 Thieves are spawning out ult, and they have initial control to next. If I'm Excelerate right here, I think I call in that Hellstorm. I get a clean wipe, and I make them push that street on me, and I get a huge lead here. We'll see if they... Yep, that's exactly what they're going to do. They need to pick up some kills right now.
Hellstorm does find one here. However, Specialist, you've got the likes of Grab Slam, Tempest on either side as well. Robbie does have that War Machine. He certainly picked it up. He was 1-6, now 14-11, and he's got the majority of the hill time, rocking 74 seconds as well. But what's just happened? They had everything going for them.
Yeah, that's inexcusable, right? They call in that Hellstorm, and he just tries to go straight down and kill everybody, you know, that's in the back flowers. He should have hovered it for a little bit. I think he forgot. There's a huge highway right there, Phil. You can't just slam down your Hellstorm. You got to wait a little bit. He slams it down before people are in position, and now they're losing a ton of points. So if Excelerate were to lose this map, I'd look back at that, and I'd say, we need to play that better.
Well, certainly... We're looking back at it at the end of this one. It could get even closer. 197 and counting here. 100 Thieves do break that 200 mark and put themselves a little bit in the lead here. However, grapple gun. Oh my goodness, the grab slam was coming in over the top. It still might.
Oh, and he gets killed mid grab slam. I think he actually lost it right there. Man, this is the hill last time we saw Excelerate get a big chunk of time on in the beginning, and now this time it's going to be 100 Thieves pulling out this Tempest. He might be able to do some damage. All the players spawning back there near flowers.
Priest does lose the grab slam, just to update you there. Unfortunately for him, as he finally goes down, but the Tempest is going to connect with the lead. That's going to be one kill. Priest finds another. Lightning strike available, and this could be the end here for Excelerate. However, War Machine is in the hands of Robbie. He's up top in the house. Going to have a Tempest versus War Machine battle going on here, but he's electrifying now as M. Ruiz finally takes him down. But with 20 seconds still left to go, this can go right down to the end.
Yeah, it definitely can, and we just saw Octane do a decent amount of damage. He does pick up that lightning strike, going to call it in, prevent Excelerate from getting any time there. And we saw 2 different players on Excelerate on the mini-map try to go around and get spawns for new, but they saw that 100 Thieves was picking up a lot of time, so they had to redirect their attention towards middle, which ultimately is going to give them those bad spawns because they do end up falling, and 100 Thieves should be able to close it out right here, Phil.
Yeah, BZ just used the Vision Pulse as well, but it does not matter. 3 players do go down. 100 Thieves prevail. And we saw a bit of a misplay with the grab slam and the grapple gun combination from Priester, but it didn't matter in the end. The Tempest from Octane coming out. The lightning strike was actually huge too.
Huge.
But again, I go back to the very moment where we saw Excelerate rotate round. They had it all under control, and they kind of threw it away.
Yeah, it was a textbook play, right? Like, you rotate from Dojo, you go all the way over. You rotate from Courtyard, excuse me. You go over towards Broken, you get control of the hill, and you call on your Hellstorm, and I think you pick up, I don't even know if you pick up a kill with that. I think he maybe injures a guy, and that's it. It's like, right there, you got to hover it, communicate what's going on around the map, pick up like 1 or 2 kills, and then at that point, they're spawning out, and you're good.
And even sometimes we see players use that Hellstorm, and, you know, they can't find anything, but they just slow it right down, and it pushes forces everyone into positions, and they've got to kind of wait. You know, it puts a bit of a pause on the attack. That was just instant use, straight down, very fast, didn't find anything. However, let's have a very quick look back at the end of that hardpoint, of course, just to recap. Cast your eyes on the mini-map, but what were the important moments for you at the very end here, Nameless?
I mean, at the very, very end of the game right here, it's just, he pulls out this Tempest, he picks up a couple kills, right? And the War Machine comes out, but he has Flak Jacket, so it's not going to do much damage. And then they, at some point, Excelerate realizes, like, we have to get in here, we have to contest for a little bit of time, or 100 Thieves is just going to win right here. So number 5, Profizi, he has to redirect his attention from those spawns to come back and help, and he gets taken out. And right there, that's where the game is chalked, right?
Yeah.
Your opportunity in that situation is, you know, we try to break into the hill while one player rotates and gets spawned for new. It's the only way you can win that. And then as soon as he gets a 3-piece right there in the middle hill, game was over.
Priest picks up a big kill on Believe there as well in post, and it enables him to push forward. And with the Lightning Strike combined with that, Vision Pulse at this very moment is popped, but it's kind of just a little bit too late. Beezy pops it, and again, like you said, not much you can do. With trophies down, you know, these guys know where you're coming from. It's, you know, pre-aim versus pre-aim, if you like. But 100 Thieves, they keep calm. They close it out, and they will take map number 1 here. Crowder, of course, jumping on for a little bit of wisdom. However, before the match, I believe Jess had a quick chat with Octane. Let's hear from Jess herself.
Thanks, Momo. Yeah, I did have a quick chat with Octane, and he is just all smiles coming off of that win versus Envy yesterday. He said it was a big win, but also the way they won, he's really, really pleased with. He said we went in with a game plan and executed it perfectly other than that control. Now, looking ahead to this match versus Excelerate, he said, well, we 3-0'd them at the qualifiers, so we're just kind of hoping to replicate that. Over on the side of Excelerate, I did actually catch up with Ruiz, pardon me, and he's kind of in the exact opposite headspace. You know, they just had their loss to Splice, and he is not feeling too good about it. He said, well, you know, there isn't really much to say, just we played poorly, and, you know, we're just hoping to do better in the future. For this match versus 100 Thieves, he said, well, we really need to make sure to win our one-on-ones, but he added that he is very, very pleased with the addition of Robbie B. He said, oh, it's just been so much better. We do have to teach him a little bit, but he's a learner. He's picking it up fast. So that's all I've got for now. Back on over to the casters.
Thank you very much, Jess. And interesting to hear from both points of view, really. But obviously, for me, I kind of, you know, edged towards Ruiz there and what he was saying in regards to, you know, his squad, the change to the mentality. Thoughts on that?
Yeah. How's it? I don't know how it's been much better. They've been losing maps, but maybe he's talking about the team dynamic outside of the actual gameplay.
Yeah.
It's probably been a lot better. You see them smiling even when they're losing maps and stuff. You know, they're always talking about going over it. So the chemistry's definitely there outside the game, but, you know, in game we see some brilliant moments, but ultimately it's just a couple mistakes that you can't be making against teams like 100 Thieves.
Well, map 2 is going to be Search and Destroy on frequency. And of course, we've seen Excelerate do some kind of crazy things. Coming into this one, you know, what are you looking out for? Anything in particular here?
Yeah, this was Accelerate's pick. And, you know, with Fastball, they weren't too good on this map for Search and Destroy. Neither was 100 Thieves. They're 0-1 on it. I'm going into this, you got to think that they have some brand new strats that we've seen previously from their last team. Maybe some slower play. Maybe they were giving up too many first bloods or something like that. But we'll see going into it. They said that the only thing they were able to go over in practice was Search and Destroy. That was Beezy's tweet last night. So they definitely should have something in the bag here going into this one.
Yeah, at least some form of strategy. You know, you'd expect some, you know, break-off strats, or whether that be, you know, implemented it in frequency. We'll have to wait and see. But Robbie, again, great player in his own right. You know, as a solo player, fantastic. You know, will he fit into Accelerate? Yeah. You know, they're kind of...
It's going to be tough. Like, you lose a guy who used to be, you know, hyper aggressive. You can just bait him over and over. It makes you look better. And you pick up a guy who's pretty quick, pretty solid player individually. At the POQ, he was like one of the top players in KD for Nation of Power.
Yeah.
Obviously, they didn't win a series. They didn't play too good, but he was pretty much the only good thing about that roster. And when I spoke to the guys, they picked up Robbie B because they like him as a person. He's a good player. He's got a lot of potential, and you know, we'll see if that can translate towards the gameplay. I'm always a big fan of making your teammates your friends and not making your friends your teammates. That's something I always used in my career. It worked decently.
I mean, you can see why. Because at the end of the day, you know, you don't want to be just giving someone, and that goes for anything. You don't just give someone, you know, your friend a job because they're your friend. You know, they might not be great at that job. However, if you can combine both, that is kind of the perfect combo, and we'll see whether obviously Robbie kind of
all out mid.
Oh my goodness, we are seeing a an exciting start to the search and destroy.
So yeah, that note about them possibly slowing down, completely gone. So they're going to all out rush mid. They're going to send 3 players towards B. They have 2 to deal with on 100 Thieves. And Priest is going to take it out. Enable's going to be left pretty much alone here. Going to get taken out as well. I like the aggression out of Excelerate. That's how you do it. Stick in a pack like a bunch of wolves and take people out.
You certainly do. Priest had dipped in and out, but he got caught. Enable as well to fall. BZ finds one. Octane gets the hit marker.
That was in the collar.
I mean, it's unfortunate to say the least. It is a 4v1. He might actually take his own life at this given time, and there we go.
Yeah, I mean, I was an aggressive strat. A lot of teams do that. They just played it like with no hesitation at all. Like they ran straight up mid, they challenged Octane, ran away, jumped down, go over towards B, and just no hesitation. As soon as the rotation came in from 100 Thieves, Excelerate was already there. That was a good strat. It's probably not going to work again, though.
Solid round. Of course, it was Priest and Enable down low near the pipes there that kind of got us stuck on each other a little bit. They did fall, not able to trade things out, and Octane rotating around with the sniper didn't really help. However, we're going to flip those sides as 100 Thieves now go on the offense. And we'll see, of course, what they've got in the bag. We're seeing some, good and great and some ugly from 100 Thieves on Search and Destroy.
Yeah, on this map in particular.
Yeah.
This is when they kind of, choked that game number 5 when they were looking pretty good, but we're going to see a U push here. 2 players mid. They have Robbie B to deal with. Number 8, that's going to be Kenny's going to get right up the middle of the map. Going to lose that gunfight to an ICR. Solid shots out of BZ, and that's a solo push, Phil. You don't want to ever solo push like that unless you have somebody near you to trade, and now you're in a 4v5. You lost your numbers. They were reliant on Kenny to get that first blood. Now they're just all sitting in you, trapped in a corner, no assistance at all, and you got to make a miracle happen right here.
Yeah, this is, again, unfortunate for them, but I will say solo push, a nice cluster. Slasher gets a big kill on Profizi, but apart from that, you can see number 1 believes actually backed right off here. And it is a 3v4, but 100 Thieves getting a little bit aggressive. The bomb site has been given up right now, and Believe maybe looking to entice one player down the alley. It's going to be Slasher, and he's going to be dealt with first of all. Priester will be jumping on in. Octane finds himself a kill, but in a 3v1, Octane finds one another. Can he find some more? Not going to happen. Close, but no cigar.
Like right there, it's we talk about it all the time. You send a player on a solo mission up the middle of the map, throw some jiggles from the U side of the map, and maybe have a guy hit it while you pre-aim over it. At least try to attack from different angles rather than just send one guy, and if he dies, your push is just done with. Kenny dies, 100 Thieves lose the round. Pretty much that was the story of that one. And then they trapped themselves inside, and I just didn't agree with that play call whatsoever. But 100 Thieves, a little bit to work on in Search and Destroy. Respawn looking pretty good, but so far, Excelerate in the lead.
Yeah, and an interesting one where we see those solo pushes come out of the guys again. We'll have to wait and see. Of course, we have seen, like I said, some good and bad from both squads on Search and Destroy, but it looks at this moment where, they're almost discussing these strategies and what's going right and wrong in-game. And sometimes you've got to do this with a new player, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can win a round, but something tragic could have went down in that round, and sometimes you got to fix it right away. It's like, okay, we can do it again, but this time I need you to do this. And I think what they might have been discussing right there was how they gave up their numbers for a second and let 100 Thieves get that bomb control. But in the end, they still do clutch up the round. Some pretty crazy gunfights. Enable, kind of on a solo mission in the middle of the map right now. A little bit of a spread on all fronts for 100 Thieves.
Very slow offense here from Excelerate. They've gone from one end of the spectrum to the other here, where they've all slowed down. They're almost waiting for 100 Thieves to make a mistake or push into.
Is he spamming his heal button?
I think so.
He's jiggle peeking, spamming his heal button. I like that. But Enable's gonna have to try to either make a play here mid or wrap back to his teammates. He's gonna decide to wrap back. First blood gonna go on the side of Excelerate.
I like this bait and switch. All 4 are pushing around. Enable does find one with the frag though. Leveled it out a little bit here. I actually like the strategy that Excelerate were doing there, just kind of bait and switching both, but the problem now is bomb is in the middle of nowhere.
But here's that nice rotation out of Excelerate. They don't have the bomb though, so I think they're trying to bait them out, maybe show some face over here in the U side of the map and go B and maybe try to grab that bomb. There goes another kill at Ruiz, and they decide to actually go mid. I like the play, just causing absolute chaos. Fantastically played by Excelerate.
3-1, they're looking to try and get the bomb down
Beautiful.
at the same time, but again, just the way that they kind of kind of came out on top there was forget the bomb, rotate, let's pick up some kills. And it started with that concussion down low on Enable, you know, just kind of opening it all up.
Yeah, I mean, they just kind of, you know, played with their mind a little bit. They realized they didn't have the bomb. They weren't going to overextend themselves and die to, I think it was Octane sitting in the back heady. So they said, let's just wrap, and if it works, it works. They get that first kill, and they drop down middle, and then from that point, it's just pandemonium on the side of 100 Thieves, and Excelerate able to run away with that round.
3-0 here. This is where 100 Thieves, they need to pick up, you know, a round at least. Going down 4-0, 5-0. It's hard to come back from mentally. Sniper in the hands of Profizi.
Ooh. He heard that one whiz right past his ears.
Second one doesn't connect, however, he does have his backup.
By himself. Like, we saw Excelerate do that very round number 1, and they had one player slide across his bait while the other one challenged. The chemistry in these search and destroy rounds for 100 Thieves, it's not all there yet. I like the idea, but it's just not all there yet.
And again, seeing, you know, Kenny solo push doesn't work out. Priest gets caught off with no trade available. However, still 4v4, still have control of the bomb site. They can still pull something out of the back here. Profizi with a pistol is going to trade, and he's going to find one. And after that, they're out on top.
Yeah, do you see the issue with that play, though? See, Priesta goes down first, and then they decide to do the actual bait and switch, and the numbers are on Excelerate's side. If Priesta's still involved in that, they kill Profizi, and they might actually have numbers in that situation. But on the side of 100 Thieves, it's like, you got to make a decision, and you can't hesitate. You cannot hesitate, especially versus a team like this. And, you know, they're paying the price. They're getting worked on this search and destroy.
They certainly are here, and, you know, even if you have a pistol in hand, again, the way that he kind of slips in and baits for his teammate there, nicely done. He finds himself a Maddox as a reward for the kill, and he's actually going to get him his second of the round. Ken, unfortunately, will drop there as well. 4-0 for Excelerate now in search and destroy.
This is great. This is well played. I think BZ's tweet, he might have been spitting some facts there, Phil. He said they can only go over search and destroy. Respawn wasn't going to look great, but the unfortunate thing for Excelerate is there's 3 respawns in a series. So you're going to have to take one.
Well, tying the series up 1-1 would be a nice start here, as Octane's going to find a couple. The callouts will be flowing now, but look at this. It's like round 1 all over again.
Octane's alone.
He's in trouble.
But that's what you got to do. He got the information, he backs up. If he dies here, that would be tragic. He's going to get a first blood. That's huge. Enable also getting through the spawn there. So 100 Thieves, a 1-4-man split.
Nice position there from Octane.
And he's doing it all right now. He's buying so much time for his teammates. He did exactly what he needed to do. Got the info, backed up, and now he's just playing with them. Perfectly executed by Octane. Won his team in this round.
And he's actually going to get himself a couple kills at the end. A little bit of a reward there. The jiggle peek back and forward in jungle. And just his positioning to take down the bomb planter as well. You know, he finds himself that all-important kill. But credit to Octane there, because he was alone for a large majority of that. And rightly so, it's going to be the best play.
Yeah, that was textbook Call of Duty right there. You know, you go, yo, we're going to go for a flank. Just get us some information, but stay alive. That's what the comms are like in the beginning of those rounds. You go, stay alive. He calls them all out at A, runs backwards, picks up a kill for the, you know, icing on the cake. And, you know, they win the round, I think, with 4 people still up. So, good play out of 100 Thieves.
Well, Octane's got 7 kills to his name. The rest of the squad, most certainly a lot behind. Oh, my, Octane again.
Do you just start pre-firing that?
It's tough because, again, that kind of reaction time that you have is very hard
Now spot
to
the difference.
make.
Now spot the difference in this round. So the same, pretty much same play out of Excelerate. They sent one guy there, but on this side of things, Profizi is actually going to get taken out. So now 100 Thieves have massive advantage, and they're going to have bomb site control. Oh, here comes the specialist. So chalk whatever I just said.
No flight jacket for Priester. He's going to pay the price for that. But the War Machine is going to find a flight jacket. He's going to find another as well. And now he gets aggressive. Can he find him? Yes, he can. But one player, he's going to be behind him. Tucked away. It's going to be Kenny who survives that one. Now a 3v3 bomb is not down as it currently stands here. Still in the hands of Enable, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe on the flank.
Yeah, whatever was just a strategic round out of either one of these guys, the War Machine said, nope, 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 I'm coming in to break this setup. And now we have a 3v3. One's going to take it out. B's going to actually pick up a kill on Enable, which that's why it's so important in the beginning to win rounds, right? Like, even if you have a good round. Oh, excuse me. Gunning them. 100 Thieves going to pick up their second round. Huge, because they did invest that War Machine.
Yeah, 3v3 with the bomb down. It goes down to a 2v2. And positioning here from Slash, you'll see him kind of buddy up at the pipes. That player goes really, really close to death, but quick stim shot. And again, in form of like a bait and switch once more. You know, these guys sliding around, and interchanged. A much better round here for 100 Thieves, and maybe, just maybe, the start of a little comeback here, as now 4-2 as we get into round number 7, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, that last round, Profizi just need to stay alive. They would have won it. They still got into a good situation, but here comes that same strat that we just saw. Octane holding the B push. The rest of the players on 100 Thieves trying to hit over towards his U side, but this time Excelerate is aware of it.
You see players very wary of snipers, and oh my goodness, 4 players all around for 100 Thieves, and 3 are gonna fall. Make it fall. Profizi with the double.
And look at that. They all got there together. They jiggle peek the guy in you, injure him so he backs up, and then they just run in there like a pack of wolves and trade out. It's exactly how you have to do it. On the side of 100 Thieves, fully stacking into you, playing that aggressive. It's kind of a risk. And I think they're worried a little bit about specialists at this point, so they're trying to get a little creative with it. Not going to pay off.
And that now puts it 5-2 here. And
he's going to have slam now, too. I think he got 2-piece.
Yeah, Profizi finds this second one here. Oh, I thought he found the third as well. He does.
Yeah,
okay.
He has slam for sure.
He went off there, and again with the Sorg. Incredible stuff from him.
So now that you know he has slam, you is pretty much unpushable. If you see somebody on 100 Thieves push you, they have some balls if they do that. Well, we'll see if 100 Thieves can crawl back into this one. Priest, though, 1-6. Not having the best of games right now. And they're going to go you, Phil.
They certainly are. Grab slam available. And this should be, you know, like you said, free kill. As soon as you see your shadow. But there's pushing you and then there's holding it here, and it looks a little different. 100 Thieves have gone towards you, but they've not overextended here. However, Tac 5 boost has been enabled. 200 HP, Octane looking for that push, and now the bomb is edging towards B, but still a lot of specialists. Believe's got the Tempest. When does this come out?
Yeah, I mean, I think you invest it now. You do it before 100 Thieves starts to pick up their specialists, right? You risk losing 1 or 2 more rounds here, and then, you know, they pick up more than just that War Machine, but for the time being, they're going to back them up.
Ooh, a lot of damage dealt here. Bomb should be going down shortly. That coming in from Enable, of course, but currently a 5v5 right? Still. Slam is available.
Yeah, I think you use the slam right here. You can get over near that bomb site and just try. They do pick up first blood on Slasher. This round should be pretty much over at this point.
There he is, last one alive. I think he wants to use the slam. He's not actually going to get to use it. He might take his whole squad out after this bomb's defused, potentially.
Yeah, just slam everyone.
That's what I'd do.
Go for it.
Boom. But a convincing game and a convincing search and destroy from Excelerate. And this was, like BZ said, the one game mode that they had time to go over to kind of strategize around. And coming into this one, of course, I believe it was 100 Thieves pick for the Hardpoint. That might have been the search and destroy pick from Excelerate. So, again, it kind of makes sense going into control after the break here. All tied up, 100 Thieves versus Excelerate. Robbie B coming into the squad, making an impact already. But the Hardpoint went the way of 100 Thieves. Search and destroy, Excelerate. Join us after the break for control.
The Call of Duty World League is presented by PlayStation 4, the official platform of the CWL. Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the CWL. And Republic of Gamers, the official monitor of the CWL.
Revamped game fuel. Level up the game.
All tied up here in game number 2. Excelerate taking on 100 Thieves. As they take the search and destroy, they level things up and will be heading to control another respawn. And we've touched already on Excelerate. You know, they've had a little bit of time to adjust to, obviously, the new squad, the new team member in S&D, but this is where they could suffer. You know, back-to-back respawns. This could be difficult, Nameless.
Yeah, especially against a team like 100 Thieves, who's looked pretty good. And, you know, there's a lot of talent across the board there. If you let one player start to go off, it's going to be really tough. And then also, we've seen Excelerate be pretty good on C side, and 100 Thieves are actually just going to get rid of that. They're going to be playing Arsenal, so...
Okay, so
I would favor 100 Thieves.
Strong vetoes, you know, getting rid of, obviously, your opponent's better side of things. But, again, how these guys adapt in control, it'll be interesting to see. We've seen some great plays individually from Excelerate. 100 Thieves, you know, sometimes on that search and destroy, a couple solo plays punishing them. But if you've missed it, this is how it broke down. 100 Thieves took the Hardpoint 250 to 179. Excelerate really came back with a pretty dominating search and destroy. A few rounds went to 100 Thieves, but apart from that, it was all Excelerate. And now we've got back-to-back Arsenal. How do you feel that this one's, you know, kind of panning out? You think a game 5 maybe on the cards?
I don't think Excelerate have a chance in that game 4. I mean, we saw them yesterday versus Splice, where they had like 40 points going into. It was like 200 to 40. And granted, Splice might be a better team than 100 Thieves. You gotta worry for Excelerate if it gets to, well, when it gets to that map. So I think you gotta win this map right here to go game 5 in the series.
Well, we'll have to wait and see if they can push it to the 5 maps. Who knows? Or Excelerate, they could go on a little bit of a tear if things start to click. They can punish 100 Thieves. They, you know, we've seen weaknesses in 100 Thieves previously in respawn. But as we jump on board, 30 lives, 90 seconds, 2 zones, and on the attacking side, it is going to be 100 Thieves, and they're going straight to B.
Yeah, straight B push. Sometimes, I mean, you won't usually see this too often. A lot of teams will try to go straight into A, but 100 Thieves I actually like to play. And usually, if I'm in that vent right there, I get slid on and destroyed, but I'm not Profeezy, so.
Wins the gunfight, and so does his teammates. 30 to 25, all 5 down for 100 Thieves. It doesn't work. You've lost 25 seconds. Now, is it time to, you know, to think B didn't work? Let's head over to A.
Yes, definitely. It's like you invest that first push straight into B, and the worst possible outcome happens. You get clean wiped, and now the players on Excelerate are pushed up, ready to do some damage. Robbie B going to be the first guy here. If you can take him out, you can possibly get a push here, but on all fronts, you have people in spots to do some damage. Yeah,
they're waiting for Priest. The Priest pushes through the vent. Slasher then pushes on through. A nice coordinated push here for 100 Thieves, and they're going to drop into Zone A with pretty much full control. There is one player in and around, that being M. Ruiz, but he's going to be dispatched off via Kenny. And again, this is where 100 Thieves can take the zone and can get right back into it. Look at the life count now. Everything is just leveled out.
So the issue with what Excelerate just did was they got those kills, but then they just had 2 people lingering near the trees on B Street. Go into their kitchen, try to pick up one of the players off spawn. If you only get 1 kill, Phil, all you need is 1 kill. You can go spawn kill that guy and maybe bring some players on the 100 Thieves roster back towards the spawn. And it's like in that situation, you could pretty much take control of this side, but Excelerate, they slow things down, and now look at the situation they're in.
Well, the A zone is done and dusted here. It's all going to be down to B, but again, we've seen some very strong holds from the defensive side of these Pro League teams, and Ruiz is going to be challenged straight away by Priester. And Nabel takes down Profeezy off screen here, and that's going to be 2 down. Maybe this is where 100 Thieves can start to punish a 3-life advantage now.
I think it's crazy how one little mistake or one lapse in judgment like can dictate an entire side. And now we see Priesta picking up streaks as well. So is that an AC 130?
Yeah, I think the gunship is there, but he's 650 away.
Oh my!
Make it 550. All right, Priester. Oh, he's gonna slide out. He's got the help of his teammates. So.
I would use my streaks to get control, get that point. Yep, get that extra score from capturing it. If he gets an AC 130, you can chalk this game up.
Right now it's 17 and 11. This round might be done here.
You still need so many points though.
He's going to go down. We're not going to see it, but are we going to see 100 Thieves take the round itself? 15 to 9. Tick 1 is not in just yet. So close yet. Might seem so far away. Octane with the double. Priester shutting down Believe. And Zone B teetering now towards 100 Thieves. Only 6 lives here, so is this where Excelerate, you know, they might think it's over, but do they just not feed them? You know, is that the play?
One, first of all, you just jump off the map and like before they even can get that point, because they're going to get scored and start working towards their streaks as well. But You know, looking back at that side, you get the first 5 kills.
Yeah.
And then you just pretty much just wait and die, and then from then on out, it was all 100 Thieves.
Yeah, so again,
that was the mistake.
They start strong, but go a little bit static. You know, they don't make great use of kind of that life lead here, and it all kind of started from Priester pushing through that vents, finding that first kill, Slasher and teammate pushing on through, and it all started to crumble. But now we're going to flip those sides, going to reset those lives, and we'll see what 100 Thieves can do on the defense, but Excelerate on the offense now. Priester does have, of course, that Lightning Strike still available. May want to save that for another round, but obviously use it when he needs to. Could all just sit in A and use it on B.
Yeah, definitely could. And, you know, we're going to see a delayed B push. I like the strategy out of Excelerate. They're going to go into kitchen, wait a little bit, and they're going to rotate over towards B. But little do they know is the Lightning Strike is about to come down. Nope. Going to decide to not call that in because Slasher does get first blood. But, you know, sort of an interesting beginning to this side from Excelerate.
It certainly is here. One player alive. That's going to be Robbie down by B, but he's opting to back off. He's going to be heading through the vents now, but full control now for A. Big kills into the vents. Robbie's going to find that one, but look at the triple stack up top here.
Yeah, that triple stack on the top side of the map, they're going to send 2 towards that window. Number 8, that's going to be Beezy just waiting out there for anybody trying to hit that flank, but where you see the issue with this is you're putting your teammates in situations where they don't have numbers, and now you're going to lose that trade process, whereas when you did have, you know, 3 people there, you might have all wanted to go at once, maybe use that grapple through the window there. And now 100 Thieves in a situation they could push up spawn kill.
Yeah, and this takes time. You know, when you're pushing the window, when you're pushing on certain flanks on, obviously, control, it takes time, and we see the time coming into play. 22 seconds now. Life count still favoring 100 Thieves. Priester finding one. Profizi will trade things out, and A little bit vulnerable right now, but 100 Thieves are trying to get control of that one. Going back and forth, and Able finding one. Can he find the second? Yes, he can. And actually, the time will start ticking down. Maybe the spawn kills coming in here. Could this be 2 rounds back to back? It looks likely, but one more attack, and it looks like it's going to be on B.
Yeah, the trade's coming in for 100 Thieves seamlessly at every instance. Whenever there's a situation where you think Accelerate's going to gain some momentum, 100 Thieves is right there to stop them. One player picking up a 2-piece right there was Slasher. But yeah, it comes down to the beginning of that side. They played those mind games. You know, they die off the rip, and then 100 Thieves get in their base and do work.
And so far, so good for 100 Thieves. They've looked really kind of structured, if you like, on both offense and defense now. Priester obviously had a star-studded performance in round 1, rewarded with some of the streaks as well. Still has a Lightning Strike, I think. But going into this one, this is where 100 Thieves can kind of keep that momentum up, you know, finish this one quick, go into the hard point. And we're seeing Excelerate struggle on these respawns. Of course, we've touched on it before. New member, obviously Robbie B. Is this the problem, or is it just one team kind of? Well,
the first map,
better?
when I was watching them, is like they kind of know what they're doing in that Gridlock Hardpoint. This map, they have no clue what they're doing. If they're going to do something, they need to. If they're going to win this map, they need to switch it up right now. In the beginning of pretty much every side, they've been making mistakes, and like we just said, one lapse in judgment, one mistake can cost you an entire side of control. And thus far, they're just getting outsmarted, outgunned. You know, on all fronts, it's just looking bad for Accelerating Control right now.
Priester is about to take Zone A with his team and then have a Lightning Strike on B. This is not looking good. Believe trying to pin him in A and get a few lives back. They just got A without losing a life.
And now look at this. The situation that you're in now is you can get through that lobby. You have a Lightning Strike. If you get control, Octane picks up that first blood. You can call in that Lightning on the back steps. And now you just got to push out and trade. But Robbie B going to be there to, you know, slow down the process.
Nice double from Robbie. We're gonna see maybe another fall as well. Priester gonna fall. Will go down the ladder here, but he'll be alive and right back at it. Looking for B. Not a bad hold here for Excelerate by any means. The Lightning Strike didn't really do too much.
Yeah, I think they rushed it a little bit. I think they should have maybe tried to send a guy onto the street and get near that tree, maybe pick up the kill there. Because if you Lightning Strike out a lobby on the street, you can just go out, get statue control, and pretty much secure the point. But they decided to funnel through that back steps. Maybe the ping gave them some information that we didn't quite see, but either way, control going to be on the side of 100 Thieves and War Machine to play with as well as Crash.
War Machine, will it come out for Slasher? First take in, and look how fast it's going up with all those players here. Maybe looking to fire that one into lobby, and here we go. Will find the double, trying to find the triple. Priester's going to find that one. And I think you're right, Nameless. That could be game, set, and match here for the control. 100 Thieves looking dominant round after round after round. They lost the search and destroy, but that control was a one-sided affair.
It was one-sided, but I will say this. If 100 Thieves were playing another team, like one of the better teams right there, it would have been a lot closer. Not saying they would have lost, but that first round would have went to, if you're playing a United or Splash right there, that first round is 100% going the other team's way. And
yes.
You know, so they have some takeaways from there as well, but dominating Excelerate.
I couldn't agree more. When you go think back to it, Excelerate start that control was so good. A full 5-man down, but they didn't capitalize on that. They didn't get any type of control. However, at the end, it finishes 3-0 to 100 Thieves. And of course, the specialists come into play. We saw Robbie at this point find a double, and we touched on it a little bit. The Lightning Strike didn't come into play. You talked about them maybe rushing that. Again, 100 Thieves kind of, yes, come out on top, but how could they have played that a little better, maybe?
Well, first of all, I want to say, on your mini-map, what is Believe doing right now? He's just sitting in their lobby for like 30, 40 seconds, and I believe he's just going to get taken out. So, yeah, Believe was literally doing nothing right there. You're supposed to be the guy getting the information. It's like you just play the tree, right? Just watch the elbow and play the tree there. But no, yeah, 100 Thieves, they had an opportunity to, you know, right after the cap day to call in the Lightning Strike, push the street and get control. But they end up pushing out that back door, getting a 2-piece by Robbie B, and you know they have to push again, and it works out. But versus a better team, that's going to be a little bit tougher. But yeah, destroying Accelerate in this game number 3.
War Machine coming out as well. No Flak Jacket for Emeruiz or Profisi. And at this point, we all knew it was over here. Pushing on forward, Priest getting a couple more kills. Tempest coming into action. But apart from that, the control, a very quick map here. 100 Thieves will be looking to replicate that one in map number 4 and get this series done. However, if it does get pushed to map 5, we saw how strong Excelerate were in S&D, you know. And 100 Thieves, you know, they have had some sloppy moments. Again, going into Hardpoint, I feel like they've got to end it here.
Yeah, I mean, if you're 100 Thieves, you're all smiles right now. Look at Slasher. I don't think they have a worry in the world, especially after what they witnessed out of Excelerate on Arsenal Hardpoint yesterday versus Splice. It wasn't pretty. If you missed that one, you probably shouldn't even watch it. It was just an absolute dominant performance. 100 Thieves looking to bring that momentum here into game number 4. But yeah, in that game number 3 on Control, it's just Accelerate do not know what they're doing. Like even at the end there when Believe was in the lobby, he's just unaware of the spawns. It's like he's looking out towards the back thinking they're going to come down that ramp. No, they're coming through elbow. They spawn in the back hanger. You got to be aware of those things. So Accelerate need to go back, watch some film, and you know, try to improve it, but we got Arsenal Hardpoint coming up. And
I think that's what we will see from Excelerate. These guys go away, improve with obviously Robbie, and again, I'm pretty confident we'll see their respawn improve, a little bit. You know, with Fort Worth only around the corner, this is what they need. They're playing on the best teams in the world consistently here. They've got to utilize that time, but only one map away from suffering an L in this series. It's going to be Hardpoint. It's going to be on Arsenal here. Let's jump on board with Enable as we head into this one.
Yeah, and speaking about Fort Worth quickly, it's like they make this roster change, you know, so they can get some land practice going into the event, right? It's like if you know you aren't going to be able to team with the guy and you do make that roster change, at least you get some land matches under your belt to know what you have to work on rather than going in blind. So looking at it from that perspective, if you're an Excelerate fan, might put a little bit of a smile on your face, but initial control on the side of 100 Thieves once again.
Speed of Priester sometimes sliding around. Incredible stuff. He does get caught out, though. You're going to see Profisi come out on top over Enable. But in the meantime, all these points are still going in the favor of 100 Thieves. Kenny, Octane, and Priest are all picking up kills. You see them just locking it down.
And one thing that was massive right there was what I think it was Kenny just did. Yeah, it was Kenny. He pushed over through that window, picks up a kill in that new hard point, and that was the guy that was dictating the spawn. So Kenny, you know, playing with some discipline, making the smart plays on the map, picking up a kill, and then acknowledging there's going to be another player front as well. So solid plays out of Kenny in the beginning of this map to secure that early time and also get the rotation.
Interesting. Slasher 4-0. He's looking for streaks. He's the one in the hard point, just getting a couple more points as it goes on. Oh, ICR is not going to find anyone with 2 players going down, looking for that all-important kill. He's begging for some help right now as 2 jump in. There's going to be no streaks for Slasher. A nice break from Excelerate there. Still 35 seconds on this hard point here. They can get right back into it.
Yeah, and that was well executed out of Excelerate. You know, you saw that pinch. 100 Thieves kind of didn't know which side they wanted to hold from, and, you know, they get caught. 2 people die in the back, and then control goes to the side of Excelerate, and 100 Thieves are kind of overextending themselves for this time. Investing a lot of manpower into it. We're going to see a 2-on-2 fight on the street here. 100 Thieves going to have the advantage. Number 9 and 10, that's Kenny and Slasher. That's some players to deal with.
Priester does take out Robbie, and that's only going to be 10 points that 100 Thieves do get from it. 2 players all rotated round.
Enable.
It could help them, but again, this is Big push from Enable.
That was a massive kill of Enable to alleviate some of the pressure there and spawn another player out. So what Enable just did was he gets that first kill, which is everything on rotation. That player spawns out, and Enable's going to spawn in the back and, you know, allow his teammates to have numbers going into the new hill.
Well, talking the new hill, it's already up, alive and kicking. 70 points, 200 Thieves. Grapple coming out, but it's not going to come out to anything else. A 4-1 split as we see the kill feed go in favor of 100 Thieves once more. Concussion available for Ruiz, looking to get into it, but the trophy systems have been applied. Slasher winning the one-on-one, but going to be taken from behind here. 25 points, so back and forth here, and
100 Thieves
break in.
Yeah, 100 Thieves are struggling with holding the back right now in the last few hills. They've, you know, conceded the back pretty early on at about 45 seconds on the last 2 hills, and you know, they do pick up a little bit of scrap time as Excelerate's trying to break, so they're maintaining that lead. But what's going to happen is if they keep doing that, at some point Excelerate's going to get in there early enough to where they're going to hold it and extend and take the lead. So 100 Thieves are playing smart on the rotation. They're just getting broken. They can't really, you know, widen that gap.
Big kill coming in from Priester there to take down Robbie. Really does dictate the spawns. Believe is coming in from behind, but Slasher should have that one covered. And again, this is where, of course, 100 Thieves, they do have the hard point.
Yep, number 1, Believe. He's got to pick up a kill. He does take out 1. That's going to be Slasher. But it's just, it's too much. This hill's so hard to break. I'm playing League play, and I can barely break it sometimes, so 100 Thieves racking up some decent time, Phil.
Yeah, with 30 seconds still left to play for here. You see them baiting and switching each other out. That ICR and sort of combo, but BZ and Believe do find 2. Kenny shutting it down as well. 20 seconds to play with. And after our first rotation, I'm trying to look here if there's any way that Excelerate break into this one, but it's not going to happen. We are going to go, of course, to the kitchen, trying to push through. Believe locking things down with Ruiz, but 100 Thieves, they have that back spawn. You know, they've got to try and dictate the pace here and find these kills. Kenny coming from behind. Do they wait for Kenny at this point?
Yeah, I think you wait for Kenny to come help, and you know, you try to break on in, but BZ gonna get that first kill. And I find it funny that the one hill where there's no backside to the hill, 100 Thieves pick up a nice 60-point lead, you know, from the elbow and that caution area. And you know, now it's just if they can just get in and get some scrap points. Octane working on the rest of his streaks right now, trying to maintain this gap. AC 130, he's 45 off, Phil. We're going to see it.
Oh, he's
pulling out the Tempest. Ooh,
Connect.
He almost died. He's got to get a couple kills with it, though.
Yeah, he's going to get back up, and he's not going to overextend here. He's got his teammates pushing around.
Back up, run away.
Not going to connect.
Run away. I want to see it.
Oh, Priester.
Oh, wow.
You talked about them recruiting a good grapple player, and there he is. Oh, and this could be nightmares. The chain, the possible chain.
No, they know. They know it's just going to be Profizi who challenges. I don't even think Octane saw him right there. Oh, everybody's going to choke it. We're never going to see an AC 130 on land. It's never going to happen, Phil.
Not today. That's for sure. 172 to 85 as we get a little bit tied up on the score streaks. 100 Thieves have made a huge lead for themselves. Priester coming in with a grab slam triple. We see obviously the War Machine finding 2 there. Priester and Octane finding 3 between them. Lightning Strike, Hellstorm. It all seems to be crumbling here for Excelerate.
Octane is 9-5. What? He's chilling. These guys are going off right now. This is well played out of 100 Thieves. You know, some hiccups early on, but ever since that missile hill, they've just been cruising.
And talk about the time here. Octane's found himself with 93 seconds of hill time. He's been sat on it. He's literally been sat on it, and he's tried to have a little bit of fun with his Tempest, but it doesn't come out. 15 seconds left here as we do see the rotation. It is favoring Excelerate, but a big lead to come back from here.
Yeah, this is where we saw Splice kind of let off the gas pedal yesterday when they were playing against Excelerate. Excelerate were able to pick up, I think, 180 points in the later half of that game. But 100 Thieves, you know, they're trying to break on in. They have Enable going around trying to get that first blood, but I think Profizi, oh, he didn't spot him. This is a crucial gunfight for spawns here.
Oh my good. Ring around the roads here. Enable finds 1, finds the second, and the TAC 5 boost. It's almost like a little reward as he finds that second kill there. The Hardpoint does go in favor of 100 Thieves. They break that 200 mark. The TAC 5 boost is still in play for all 5 players. They've got a Hellstorm to play with. And 35 seconds. They can't end it here. But surely this is the end.
Yeah, I mean, one thing that's nice to see if you are a 100 Thieves fan is every single player is contributing, trying to get those spawns. You don't see anybody really making, you know, huge mistakes, whereas the last roster, it was just a ton of mistakes going on. We see some body shots coming out of Enable. Whoa, last time we saw body shots, we know what happened.
That's a little bit more than a body shot. I'm going to just say that one. 9 seconds left here. We are going to see the Hellstorm come out. And with this being outside, he's going to find himself a free kill onto M. Ruiz. And Robbie will take down Octane. Slasher getting the better of Believe here. But with 16 seconds, being all what they need here to close out not only the map, but also the series as well. Accelerate, they're in a world of trouble.
Yeah, I mean, back to what I was saying, though, is 100 Thieves just looks so much better at Hardpoint. Just their overall knowledge and teamwork, it's there. I mean, in the beginning of the game, like, Kenny's 8 and 15, but it doesn't reflect what he was doing for the team on this map. Like, in the beginning of the game, he was rotating, picking up those spawns. You see Enable picking up that big 2-piece, and Octane picking up the hill time. This is what you want to see if you're a 100 Thieves fan. And all you have to do right now is just pick up, what, 15 more points, just get the scrap and you're fine.
Yeah, and they're still fighting for this one here. We've got 2 players already rotating, that being Slasher and Enable.
Oh, okay.
Easy. Doesn't want to give anything up, but he's going to be called out by Priester here. There's still 12 seconds, and that's as he's going to go to Accelerate. The crazy thing is, rotation does favor Accelerate as well, and, you know, yes, I'm not delusional by any stretch of the imagination, but body shots come in. I don't think 100 Thieves have picked up a point since.
They'll be all right. They'll break
they will be all right.
But, hey, they do have control. This is a pretty hard hill to break. You got to get this first blood. He's going to pick up that cluster, but the trophy is out. And there goes the first blood that 100 Thieves needed. Enable picking up the kill in the window. 2 down. Now you have numbers just trade out. And there goes the perfect break out of 100 Thieves.
That is how to break the Hardpoint. Winning those 1v1s, easy kills from behind for Priester. And with 8 seconds, as we all count down here for 100 Thieves, they're not letting anyone break in. Slasher denying Profizi. Believe goes down 3-2 fall. And Priester's going to swoop on in to collect the final point that they need. 100 Thieves coming out on top here today. And again, Accelerate. They look strong in the search and destroy, but their respawns were weak. Team changes obviously going down. A bit of roster changes for these guys, and I'm sure they'll want to improve, and they will improve. But for now, 100 Thieves come out on top, and another win under the belt.
Yeah, absolutely. That was well played out of 100 Thieves, and all the respawns. In terms of, you know, their improvement, I think they've improved immensely.
Yeah.
Match by match, you know, first week, you know, was a little rough with that Splice game, but since then, they've looked fantastic.
Okay, well, that's going to do it for game number 2. 100 Thieves take the respawns. They lose the search and destroy, but they close it out 3-1 here. Plenty more Call of Duty to go on. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The Call of Duty World League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, the official beverage of the CWL. Scuff Gaming, the official controller of the CWL. And TCL, America's fastest growing TV brand.
Welcome back to Pro League, where we did just see 100 Thieves defeat Excelerate 3-1 there. Your desk is back. I'm your host, Katie Bedford, joined by Nameless, Pac-Man, and Study. Now, Nameless, you just cast that. You're everywhere.
Guy's doing it all. He's doing it
For
all.
both of these teams, what did you take away from that series?
All right, so on the side of 100 Thieves, I think they've gotten immensely better in the respawns. And the Hardpoints in particular, I like how everybody's contributing. Everybody's playing selfless. Kenny on that last map was like double negative at one point, but they were destroying. And you think he cares about that? No, he doesn't, because they're playing great. On the side of Excelerate, great search and destroy, dreadful respawn performance. They have a lot to work on. They have until Dallas to do it. Looks like they're going to be keeping this team, but a lot to work on.
Certainly. And Study, on the side of Excelerate, where would you start with them on all those things he just mentioned they need to work on? Is there anything critical you're like, this first?
Well, yeah, it definitely has to be Hardpoint, because there's definitely two Hardpoints in the series rather than one control. But just a simple fact that they're fairly a new team, so like Profizi and all the boys, they're expecting to do certain things that they were doing with Fastballer. And obviously, Robbie B is not the same pace player. He's not the same kind of player. He communicates completely different. His attitude's probably different as well. The team is just, they obviously just getting basically reps in, just figure out how they want to play these certain maps. And hopefully they're able to figure out by Fort Worth.
But they are clueless in control.
Okay.
Like, they didn't even know spawns at points. It's like, okay, yeah, you might not fit into the system yet, but that's inexcusable when there's like go-to plays that teams have been doing since day one that you're not executing correctly. So there's that as well. But yeah, Excelerate from top to bottom, like they weren't the best team before, and now they look a little bit worse. So I was like, you have a ton to work on before Fort Worth.
They should just probably take some of that same like wolf pack mentality they use in all their searches and apply it to respawns and just go together. I know that might be oversimplifying it. It definitely is, because you have to get spawned and such. But the way they're playing it right now, it's just so off pace with one another. They doesn't even look like they're gonna ever have a chance to win any of these respawns, which is the problem.
Yeah, I mean, only on that Gridlock, there was one opportunity where they looked like they were going to maybe run away with it. It was when they had that Hellstorm and they broke through and got control. But even then, they kind of butchered that play, which is like a play that any top team is going to execute right there. You have full control. You're hovering the Hellstorm. You know, you get that time. And this is the search and destroy where we saw 100 Thieves. Kenny sprints right up the middle map. Like, what?
I don't know. It's weird when we see these players make mistakes that we've been harping on. Like, and if we've noticed it up here, there's no way that they should have noticed it when they're the ones engaging in this constantly day in, day out, and they're still doing like these weird solo.
Why do you think that might be happening for them?
Just people. I mean, you don't ever want to like tell someone what they can't do on a map, because you don't want to restrict players, because it makes some people play a lot worse when you're like, no, don't do this, only do this, only do that.
You gotta let people play their own game.
You have to let people play their own game sometimes, and people are gonna make mistakes. And obviously, 100 Thieves made a lot of mistakes on this S&D map.
Well, I mean, there's also an element of when you're on a team and, you know, your search and destroy's not working, and then, you know, one person's like, it's because I'm not allowed to go, I'm not allowed to get involved, like, I'm watching these guys get aggressive. And another person's like, no, we can't just throw our life away. And then over time, that sort of stress from both ends, you know, it meshes and becomes this situation where everybody's hesitating. And at that point, that's what we're seeing with 100 Thieves. Everybody's hesitating at times. You know, when they're grouping up and they're trying to push these things out. It's not that I don't care mentality that like Excelerate has when they're going and trading, which works in Black Ops 4, by the way. 100 Thieves have that slight hesitation that holds them back in a lot of search and destroy rounds.
I mean, you certainly can't be too tentative. I mean, and you end up getting kind of a blowout like this.
Yeah, I mean, it's just from playing search and destroy over and over, losing, trying to fix it, different mentalities on it. They just need to get on the same page like they are in Respawn. Yeah, this search and destroy, you know, through and throughout, 100 Thieves just got pretty much pulverized, besides the one round where Octane made the play.
I love that play by Octane, though.
Yeah.
I feel like people they forget to do it, especially on Gridlock. That's a similar map for the style of play that he used in that play. Just one person playing one bomb site, playing for information, especially the angle that he was playing it at. He was playing it to where he can only see the guy that was playing bomb. Once he gets that kill, he has all the information. He just plays his life, gives enough time for his teammates to get around the bomb site, and eventually just flood him in. It was a beautiful play out of Sam.
That was your go-to back in the day, Jay.
Yeah, I was always the island.
I always trusted him. He was like, yo, I got
Island
B. I'm
players.
like, sure, I'm going around. Go ahead. He always stayed alive, though. That's crucial.
Yeah,
Stay alive, you can win.
You know what I've noticed about this Excelerate roster? We used to talk about this in the past. It's hard when you have a team of where they have like more than one player who is liable to crap the sheets. You know what I mean?
Yeah, have the bad game.
Yeah, there's
Something like
Prone to the bad game.
prone to the bad game.
There you
They looks like they have too many people that are prone to the bad game. We've seen people drop 2 kills in control, 4 kills in control. They need more consistency with their slang for sure.
Yeah, I just feel like the reason why that's happening is obviously Robbie B just being brand new to the team. They were just so used to going to certain positions, like BZ, he was so used to going to that outskirts area, and now Robbie B is going to just slide out there. Like, it's completely different pacing for them. And obviously, every single player on the team is just not comfortable. Like, even Profiza, that last maybe was 9 and 20, something like that, especially on frequency. That's just something we don't expect, especially him and fastball on that map. You should just take over by themselves. But just overall, I just feel like they're just off pace, and they'll be okay.
They are off pace, but I also think they really don't know what they're doing on a lot of these maps. Like, there's a few maps where they know the ins and outs, what's going on. Like, Gridlock looked fine, but games 3 and 4, they just really just look confused. Like, there's certain players that just really actually don't know what's going on, and you got to be a student of the game. Go watch VOD and figure out what these guys are doing and learn. They could be better. They have talent.
That's absolutely right. But we're going to move